Hi, and welcome back, YouTube. This time, Shu versus the female Gooners. Woo! Literature and books, probably. Or at least I hope so. I don't know what the video is actually about. But welcome in. And if I have your ear, can I just say, I hope you have a fantastic day and enjoy the video. Thank you for clicking on it.
Oh.
Take care, Marion.
There. What am I reading, you ask? Well,
Smut?
just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now. With millions of sales and almost 20,000 5-star reviews, this book has been absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or Book Talk, as the kids call it. Thousands and thousands of women, in particular, have been raving about this piece of literature. What piece of literature is it, you may ask? Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course.
Okay. Editor, don't cut out the part where I'm just dumbfounded and I say nothing. Because I am literally dumbfounded and I had nothing to say except... What? Oh, what? I at least understood when we had the fairy dude. What the...
A popular romance novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that. She gets a job jerking off monsters.
What?
That's right, the Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last night, and I'm obsessed.
This was a good time. It did not disappoint.
You know, Monster Musume really does seem a lot more normal now. What? What? Why?
If this book is trash, then I am a fucking raccoon.
You forgot the white stripes.
Give me all of the garbage.
Get your eyeballs on this, because it is so good.
Okay.
I regret to inform you that there is a new epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss. And that epidemic is female Gooners.
It's just interspecies reviewers for women with less humor. Sir, take that back. You take that back. Don't insult interspecies reviewers like that. They don't at least... At least they have intercourse. Oh, that is so weird, dude. This is so weird. This is so alien. This is like, what the... I went to Japan for 2 months, man. What happened to the internet while I was gone?
Now, for those of you unaware, Gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And Smut is slang for dark romance novels.
I mean, yeah. You're not wrong there.
Otherwise known as porn. Many correct about the dangers of porn addiction with men, how it can destroy their lives and their relationships, and most men know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it. That is why they delete their browser history. That is why they go incognito mode. But these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores. They proudly pose in front of their smut collections. They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut...
Wait, you wanna flick the bean? Oh my god, freaking TikTok, bro.
Conventions and get choked out by 9-foot-tall shirtless wendigos. Now, I know what you are thinking. Shu, isn't this the pot calling the kettle degenerate? Yes, it is. But have you considered it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures. For centuries, men have tried to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6. We are truly...
She's so right. Damn. What a good wing woman she is.
Mysterious, magical creatures. But one of the most mysterious aspects of women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No.
No, we have to read about it, because if we read about it and it's our imagination, then it's okay. If we see it, it's wrong.
No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. It's different, okay? You don't understand. It's okay when we do it. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the rapidly growing popularity of dark romance on TikTok and the recent dark romance convention that ended in disaster. Let's take a break from all this depressing political news and talk about something silly. Not that those political things aren't important, trust me, they are. You should be keeping up with politics and the news when you can. I know it can be difficult to do.
But when you're buried deep into a book, you know.
But fear not, I have an app for that. So before we get into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to our sponsor, Ground
I can't believe dark romance took such a turn,
and an app
bro.
that gives readers an easy way to read news from all across the political spectrum. From left, right,
now
and
I wonder
center.
if I should read it. Should I read it, chat, and let you know how it is?
Political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political aisle and ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Gavin Newsom is signing a bill to give 800,000 Uber and Lyft drivers in California the right to unionize. Pretty cool. Rare Newsom W. 12 news sources covered this, 7 were left-wing and 0 were right-wing. Because the right is covering a far more important topic. Harvard hires drag performer Lahore Vajistan as a visiting professor.
What is that name, bro? What is that?
21 news sources covered this, 20 were right-wing, 1 was left-wing. A country divided, truly.
Jesus Christ, bro. What is... America, are you okay? I know you're not okay, but are you okay? What the fuck? What the actual fuck is that new? Why is that even a thing, bro? Why? Also, what do you mean only if I read into chat? I still have to get through Mistborn, bro. I still have to finish reading Mistborn. I don't have time for Smut.
It's very easy to compare headlines, so you could see how political bias completely reframes a story. For example, talking about how Trump has been posting a bunch of those sombrero memes, and the New York Post says, White House official behind Trump's hilarious meme war on Dems revealed. And then a left-wing outlet covers the same story, like, as the shutdown continues, a checked-out Trump posts childish memes. Wildly different vibes going on here.
Very
I've been
different
using Ground
vibes.
News since 2021. It is one of my favorite apps. Like, it is my go-to, like, when I wake up. I, like, check Twitter, and then I check Ground News, like, immediately.
I don't know how she keeps her sanity, chat. I will be honest. The first thing I do every morning is open Uma Musume to do my dailies, and that makes me happy. I used to be like her. I used to open Twitter. Scroll through it, and I would lose the will to do anything that day. I'ma be honest. Like, it is so soul-sucking, depressing, that I'm just like, no.
But don't just take my word for it.
I'm good.
Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid
So, if you
and
ever
expand your worldview. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use
you don't want
to
to do
access
anything.
all their amazing features.
Stop
And
going
it's
to
only
social
$5
media.
a month, which is like basically the price of a coffee nowadays. So go to
Feels bad, man.
ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
We watched that, Goku. Anyway, circling back. Like, if you feel like you don't want to do anything and it's pointless and you don't want to try and your mood is affected and you feel depressed, stop using social media for a bit. I know, you want to doom scroll. Don't. Like, you have no idea just how much my mood improved just from not going on Twitter. And I went on Twitter for work, man.
Right. So let's get back to the video. Book Talk is a very interesting place, and any book fans out there know how it has absolutely destroyed the hobby of literature and just flooded it with absolute slop.
And smut. Well, I guess they're kind of synonymous. Honestly, Book Talk is nowadays about, like, showing how many, like, books you're reading, like, having a penis measuring contest but with books, and also just like showing off all the weird shit that you're reading and all the like fantasy erotic things. To be fair, back when I still had Book Talk on TikTok, they were still talking about A Court of Roses, whatever the acronym for that is, and they were like, oh my god, it's so dirty, it's whatnot. And I read it, and there's barely anything dirty about it. And I'm like, they're high and insane. They're high and insane. And now I hear they're talking about a woman jerking off monsters for money.
Spicy slop. You see, books on TikTok are not rated by how well they are written or how good the characters are. No, they are rated by the spice. And what does spice mean? Porn. It means porn. Spice level is very important to—
I don't even think it means porn. That's the problem. I feel like their definition of spice and what equals porn is from, no offense, virgins who never had anyone touch them. That's what it feels like to me.
Book talkers. How much spice does a book have? What are the spiciest books they have ever read? How spicy is the book they're currently reading? Spice, spice, spice. The spiciest book going viral on Book Talk lately is none other than Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta. Violet is a typical down-on-her-luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated, and drowning in debt. Oh my god! She's just like me.
She's overeducated and yet so stupid that she has so much debt still.
On the verge of moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in the neighboring Cambric Creek, she has no choice but to grab it with both hands.
Oh. Why does it sound like a freaking high schooler wrote that, bro? It's like, I'm so clever.
Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef. Oh, God. With the manly, meaty endowments to— okay.
Morning Glory Milking Farm is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism and toxic masculinity.
Okay. Sure, lady. Sure. Oh no! Toxic masculinity is the reason why I, as a poor, innocent millennial, have to go and milk a minotaur. Yeah. Oh man, why are we being like, oh, this is about women and OnlyFans? It's like, it's alluding to how society is nowadays. The poor girl, she had no choice but to grab at it with both hands. Grab!
In this text, we see that the tingling sensation in her coochie is actually the tingling sensation.
Excuse me, what? Okay.
Of the Marxist revolution.
What? God. Do these women even know what the fuck they're talking about? That's an insane statement if I've ever heard one.
This is every breadtube video to me, dude. This is every Jack Saint video. So I actually read the book myself, and I'm not gonna lie. The 19th Amendment needs to be abolished. So, like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at Big Pharma in Narnia, where they harvest minotaur milk to make Viagra for human males.
Okay.
And I read the whole thing. Probably gonna be put on some kind of watch list. But listen, this is my job, okay? I'm not out here, like, selling feet pics or something. What I do is far more dignified and normal. Now, let's take a look at some of these notes I wrote. Let's see. Big dick and balls. At one point, she says the term, and I quote,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
the seam of his sack. So
The seam of his sack. Have these ladies... No, they definitely never saw an animal's sack. Let alone a man's sack, but at least an animal sack. Like, you know, at least go and look at a bull. If you're gonna do a minotaur, go and look at the bull. What the fuck is the seam of the sack? She wrote all over it. I mean, usually I'd be against vandalizing the books, but I'm with her on this one. Oh my fucking god. Oh, what the fuck? What? I don't know what you just joined, Patch. I don't know what I just joined.
I'm reading this, and the whole time I'm thinking, like, okay, he probably has, like, a human head, right? He probably, like, looks something like this, like, you know, just a dude with, like, horns. Then I see the official artwork. That's a cow. Bro is a cow. Bro is a straight-up cow. In a few parts, they're being intimate, and it will be like, his hooves clip-clopped.
Bro, who released the furries out of their cage? Who released them? Who sent them all over TikTok? The hooves.
My hooves will tear up your sheets. And it's like,
oh my god.
I'm sorry, his what? At one point, she describes kissing him. And I swear to God, it was more disgusting than anything else described in this book. She's like describing how big and wide his mouth is and how big and like slimy his tongue is. She's like describing this shit and it's like, that's a cow.
Thank you for reading that for us and making us not have to read it. I appreciate the sacrifice, Shu.
I mean, we are at a solid 5.5 on the Barbosa scale here. This is dangerous territory, folks. She also f***ers his ass. She f***ers the cow's ass. By the way, if you want an uncensored version of this video and all my videos, Patreon. Go to Patreon, become a member. All members get the uncensored version of every video, so you can.
I'm not sure people want the uncensored version of this video. I'm sorry, Shu.
Hear me talking about f***ing and f***ing a cow's asshole. Is that what you freaks want? Anyway, I like how in this fantasy world, student loans still exist. Like, we can imagine a world with minotaurs and humans in a relationship, but we can't imagine a world without student loans. Sad. Oh, and he has one of those bull rings, like the nose ring theory septum rings. Of course. And in this world, that means, like, you're married, but apparently he's divorced. The man is divorced. This is a divorced cow.
A divorced minotaur that's being milked to make Viagra for men. Yeah. So steamy and hot.
with a cow ex-wife. The lore is deep, folks. The funniest part, though, has to be when they go on a date. I need to just read this to you. When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first dinner together, realizing that in mortification that she ought to have attempted to pay her half. What kind of feminist are you?
Oh my god, no! The writing is so cringe. This is torture. Make it stop. No, bro, please. Did this get published? It's at the top of the list. It sold a lot of copies.
She asked herself. She couldn't remember the last time she'd been out and hadn't paid
for her half, bestseller,
including her coffee date with Carson Tinsley. She had come prepared that night, several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have. Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced her, the heat of his hand dropping to her knee would've. I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the
agency? Are we being brainwashed by fucking internet females? Why does it feel like I'm on the wrong side of the internet, bro?
orders. But you hold all the cards. Your comfort is the only thing that counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so.
I'm sorry, bros. I don't think you can compete with the Minotaur, bro. Or at least I hope you never turn into whatever the fuck that is, because that's cringe and wrong and weird and fabricated, and it makes me wanna puke.
But that's not
Jesus
happening.
Christ,
don't think
bro.
I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again, you can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time. But I'm in a position to—
Not a down payment of your time? Who the fuck wrote that, bro? Oh my god.
comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. She was a good feminist, she told herself, and she definitely couldn't be bought. But if he had suggested at that moment—
The sad part is, not even feminists are like this. These are politically correct feminist representatives that took the cause and transformed it into whatever that is. Ugh, that's so icky. That's so icky.
This feels wrong. But I joined with the intention of doing so greater than.
Patch, thank you for the 42 months. I'm sorry that you're subbing during this. I appreciate the support nonetheless.
that he would have appreciated a blowjob, she would have fallen face first on his cock with an open mouth without a shred of hesitation. Inside every woman, there are two wolves. Or two bowls. The strong, independent girl boss and the submissive, doting housewife. And in the presence of a masculine man, or a farm animal, she will fold like a lawn chair and instantly return to factory settings.
It's dinner, not a down payment for your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone, so when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. I said, okay, I highlighted that paragraph for myself.
Oh my god!
Clean up aisle 5.
All aboard the cringe train! Oh, that's crazy, bro. That is so crazy. Like, dude, this feels just so wrong, and like someone had a weird ass idea about what it's like to be treated right, and they put it into writing with really bad writing. It feels like ChatGPT level writing, where someone went and said, okay, make a romantic dinner day with a fictional man that treats me right. And I'm like, bro, they don't have to use all those words. They can just do the actions to mean it. They don't have to cater so hard. It's just wrong, man. It's just wrong. It just feels like actions are meant to be shown, not said. Oh, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. I appreciate it. Thank you for the hype train, guys. What the heck?
So that's what I thought of it. But what did other people think of it? What are the reviews on this book? This book has a 4.1 on Amazon with 21,000 ratings.
What
and a
the
3.6
fuck?
on Goodreads with nearly 60,000 ratings. Let's just read some random ones here. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh,
A milking
boy.
good time. Sweet and creamy. The spice
Ew.
is spicing.
Why would you say sweet and cream? Why would you say that in a review? Why?
I was very leery of starting this because I thought it was just going to be porn. The plot is pretty good. The plot?
It's
Please.
a cute
This is
read,
like the
guys.
new, I read Playboy for the articles. Like, sure you do. This book could kill a Victorian child.
This book could kill us, bro.
5 stars. I'll never look at a jug of milk the same. I think I'm lactose intolerant now.
That's a good one.
So that happened. Our eyes will never see the gates of heaven. 1 star, not a helpful
man.
guide. This book failed to teach me how to milk a cow, and now my family has no food for the winter. 1 star, accidentally ordered while on pain medication after an operation. Gave this to my mom
Jesus.
as a joke gift for Christmas. You what? Lesai.
Why would you give that to your mom? What is wrong with people? What the
Why can't human males be more like this?
See, this is what I mean, Chad. This is what you have to compete with now. The weird chat GPT-ified. You know, we're gonna reach a point where people are gonna have AI in their glasses or in their ears telling them what to say to women. And you're gonna get a lot of dates where you just go and pretend to just sprout garbage out of your mouth that ChatGPT whispered in your ear. Ah.
Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now you have to be a 9-foot-tall creature from Greek mythology with a 13-inch dick. I never want to hear from another person about how they read 100 books in a year if this is the kind of slop they are consuming. Well, Ronald, man detected, this isn't for you. This is for women. So take your ass back to Barely Legal Babysitter 5 or whatever the f you watch that is so morally superior than this. Let him who is without sin cast the first stone, okay? God bless America. It's great to live in a country where I can casually enjoy cozy erotica about a young woman who milks her way to financial security and true love with a minotaur. This is what freedom looks like, and I intend to fully enjoy it before the Supreme Court takes this right away next.
Yeah. Sure, you go, girl.
If this is what freedom looks like,
Freedom
I'm really
is
rethinking my stance on freedom, not gonna lie. Maybe we should have less of it. All I know is if Donald Trump takes the monster person, we are going to make 2020 look like a picnic, okay? Bulk matters. Oh my god. Edit that out. Editor, edit that out. Women are gonna be picking up Animal Farm now, like, where's the horse cock? Some of you people owe a certain screamer an apology because this book has way too many 5 stars. Some of you are lying. So after buying this book, Amazon has given me a few interesting recommendations.
No.
Would you like to see them? I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend. That time I got drunk and saved a demon. Gentling the beast.
Fuck?
Cupcakes for my orc.
What the? Cupcakes for my orc enemy? What the? Dude, these can't be not AI made books.
Enemy, main of my existence. The gargoyle and the spinster. The widow and the orcs. Hoarded by the dragon. There's something about dragons.
Oh, Jesus Lord. Oh, help me. This is like so meh.
Getting it on with gargoyles. Gotten by the gator. Mated to the mountain bear. Oh, so this is why they chose the bear. The Billionaire Orc, Moth Manager, Wolves and Whipped Cream, The Wolf in My Tavern, Pounded by Produce.
No!
Are
Why?
these the books the Nazis burned?
My husband only reads finance and sci-fi books, and so I think it's about time that I introduce him to some real literature. So the first book that I would like to introduce you to is called Morning Glory Milking Farm. And it's not a normal milking farm like with cows. What it is it's big, bulky minotaurs.
Oh no.
And it's a special type of milking.
See, honey, she's his stepsister, and she got stuck in the washing machine again. Women on TikTok are openly...
I can't believe that. That has to be a skit that the person is doing. They can't actually go and do that to someone, right? Right? There's no way, Chad. There's no way.
Proudly talking about the porn they consume and getting mad at people when they make fun of it. I hereby ban men from reacting to romantasy on TikTok. Best-selling romantasy books like A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Fourth Wing contain descriptions of hot sex. I feel like that's common knowledge.
Barely contain any description of any hot sex. Like, seriously, I've read A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I'm like, I don't think these women ever got laid to understand what hot sex is. But yeah,
if not their primary purposes. But in recent months, book talk has become full of men clutching their pearls while reacting to steamy scenes from these popular female-centered books. Obviously, this is all a massive performance. We live in the age of OnlyFans.
Yep.
The odds are that these men have seen actual porn that defies the laws of physics and God. Over 90% of men between the ages
that defies the laws of physics. Excuse you? I mean, there is VTuber porn, so I guess.
16 and 73 watch porn in any random month.
Why do we have between the ages of 16 and 73? That's a wild range, bro.
There's statistically no way all of these guys are shocked by the sex itself. What they are gawking at is sex from the perspective of female desire, scenes that depict women coming first and frequently. And what they are surprised by is the women they know love these scenes. In one video, a guy declares, "Now I know why women enjoy book clubs and wine." But his astonishment in itself is astonishing. Like, what do you think adult women were into? Not having sex and drinking wine? Grow up. Imagine a group of men sitting around drinking wine, discussing the porn they watch. That is what you guys are essentially doing. It's just funny, okay? Like, it's funny. Are we really going to pretend that a story about a young woman getting a job milking mythical creatures to pay off her student debt is not funny? It's
I wouldn't call it funny, I'd call it cringe, but then again, I don't know, do you guys just get around and circle jerk about what you jerk off to? I would have thought guys went together to, like, watch the game and play board games and see the sports and talk about their general life, not what they fap to. I'm like, I don't know, man. I was raised different. I was taught different. I was taught to keep my private life, you know, my sex life in the closet. Like, lock it with a key and not talk about it outside the bedroom. So, yeah, this is news to me.
It's funny. If that makes me a sexist and misogynist, you got me. To act like you are so different and above the other Gooners is just, it's silly. I'm sorry, but you are no different than Joe Schmo jorking it to fat booty Latinas in Space 12. You're sitting there all high and mighty, one hand on the book, acting like you're so superior because you can perfectly envision a horse cock spinning 360 degrees in your mind. I'm not impressed.
See, this is why I have aphantasia. Well, I have aphantasia. It's not like I chose to have it, but, like, I can't envision that shit. I'm good. I feel bad for the people that are envisioning it now.
The scenes these men are reading, to many people, myself included, are insanely sexy. But purely in terms of the acts being described, they aren't all that lurid. And as many of the comments on these videos point out, there's much wilder stuff out there. For example, these men have clearly not yet discovered knotting, a popular term in romantasy right now that involves werewolves whose penises get so swollen after sex they have to stay inside their partners until the swelling subsides.
What?
Oh, honey, that's not a popular trend in romantasy. That's just a thing real dogs do. Oh, you just don't get it. You don't know what knotting is. What are these women reading, bro?
I don't know what these women are reading, but what the fuck?
Oh, what happened to that like stupid fucking corny Hallmark thing? Going home for Christmas to your hometown.
Yeah, I'm still watching those. I'm guilty. I'm just gonna say I'm still in that stage. That's nice and wholesome. I'll take that any day, and I'll keep my hentai under wraps. Thank you.
And falling in love with the cute farmer boy. What happened to that? We used to make fun of that. We truly did not know what we had until it was gone. Now women out here fantasizing about getting their asses clapped by demons and werewolves and goblins and ghouls. I remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out and people were like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Women are crazy. 50 Shades of Grey.
And then people were outraged about the first episode of Goblin Slayer. Really? Really? Really?
Looks like missionary sex through a bedsheet for the sole purpose of procreation compared to the shit the average woman on TikTok is reading. At least Christian Grey was a human man and not a fucking dog! You fantasize about dating the quiet, shy, nerdy girl. You know, she's innocent, she's pure, she's not like those other girls, like going out clubbing and hooking up with random men. No, she's at home, curled up by the fire in a blanket, reading a book. Except that book is about a half man, half bull. Let me let you in on a little secret. The quiet, nerdy girl is way more of a freak than the average hoe. Are you kidding me? It's not even close. The average hoe might have a body count of like 15 or so, but the quiet, nerdy girl is fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu. That is at least 100 bodies.
Fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu is wild, bro. That's actually wild. Oh, man.
Now listen, there's nothing inherently wrong with fantasizing, okay? There's nothing wrong with roleplay. You know, fiction is fiction, right? You know, you're not actually going to bang your stepsister, right? These women are not actually going to bang a cow.
Right.
Or at least I hope not. We all know there's a difference between fantasy and reality. Well, what happens when they try to bring fantasy into reality? Well,
oh god.
You get Sinners and Stardust.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
What in the eyes wide shut is going on here? Sinners and Stardust was supposed to be a dark romance ball for romantasy authors and fans alike. So what's the big deal? Seems like a fun, sexy time, right?
Right.
Maybe. If you're a man, the night may have gone a little differently for you. Alright y'all, it appears I have to make a post that I'm frankly pretty goddamn upset I have to make.
Oh no.
This post is for the readers who don't understand consent and boundaries.
Oh no.
A lot of you may know my good friend Animus. He's attended a signing of mine in the past and obviously is a musical artist. This past weekend, he attended Sinners and Stardust and probably had one of the most heartbreaking experiences. So listen, he's a man, right? But do we think that means it's okay to put your hands all over him without consent?
Seriously, we need to have the consent talk? Why would anyone assume it's okay to, like, objectify men when you complain about women being objectified and to treat him like that? What the fuck?
Or to put your hands in his waistband or down his pants or touch his dick? Hello? Do we think it's okay to quite literally back him into a corner and touch all over him to the point that he literally cannot tell how many hands are on him and whose are whose? Do we think it's okay to send him into an actual panic attack because of this? Furthermore, do we think it's okay to interrogate him and insist he detail how he'd kidnap a woman despite him repeatedly saying he wouldn't do that and you know that shit is fiction, and then attempt to follow him when he tries to get away? And if that wasn't enough, during the time of this mob, him and another author received notification that an air tag was tracking him, which showed on his person all the way to his hotel room. They molested this guy until he passed out from anxiety, and then they put a f***ing tracker on him in order to stalk him back to his hotel.
That is so fucking batshit insane. Dude, that is not okay. Just because he's a dude doesn't mean that he doesn't have any right, and it doesn't mean that you should have the audacity to do that to him. That's infuriating. That's actually, like, pissing me off, man. Especially because he can't exactly fight back because, well, he's a man. He's probably going to have more force than you. So he's afraid that if he does act out and defend himself, as he rightfully should, like slap the fucking bejeebus out of you, you'd probably still win the lawsuit against them, which sucks. Fucking double standards, dude. That is infuriating.
Poor guy dressed like a character in one of the romantasy books at this romantasy convention full of women. That is like throwing roast beef into a pit of wolves. Or in this case, throwing a wolf into a pit of roast beef.
I genuinely don't understand how someone can think to go to a convention and act like that. What happened to having manners or having discerning reality from fantasy? What happened to, you know, not doing that shit in public, man? Having a bit of shame. What the fuck happened with shame?
I remember years ago there was this thing called cosplay is not consent. Basically it was a campaign to bring attention to the fact that people at conventions would often come up to women dressed in sexy costumes and just grope and grab them without their consent. Yeah, apparently we have to bring that back because these women did not get the memo. I've been a furry for over a decade and attended a lot of fur cons. Sure, sometimes weird shit happens, but honestly I can't believe the dark romance crowd is out here acting like this. Like me and my buddies in our fursuits are more respecting of consent and bodily autonomy. Get your shit together, y'all. When the furries are calling you out for being freaks, you need to reflect. Something has gone horribly wrong. Not only were the men at this book talk convention assaulted, but women were also assaulted by women. Multiple women, including a performer, reported being assaulted there as well. Even an author there said she was groped and dragged away from her friends and said no matter how many times she said no, quote, my words did nothing.
Jesus
May I remind you, this is a book convention, okay? For books. Literal BDSM clubs are more respectful than this.
What the fuck is wrong with these freaks, bro? We need to bring back shame, and we need to bring back slapping people into reality. If someone tried to take me away, I mean, someone did try that when I was in 6th grade. You know what happened? Well, a guy tried that. He was an 8th grader. I was in 6th grade. He picked me up, so I scratched the fuck out of him, slapped him, and he dropped me. I'm sorry, bro. If anyone comes at me and goes like, I want to touch you, I'm slapping the shit out of you. And if that doesn't make you stop, I'll kick you. And if that doesn't work, I'll bite you. Like, Jesus Christ, man. On top of calling you names and telling you to shut the fuck up and sit back down and don't you dare touch anyone ever again. Like, did people forget that you can actually get hurt and slapped and shamed? Some of them are like that. They can enjoy it and then be embarrassed over the fact that they came in front of everyone. I wouldn't care, man. Like, there's no way I would be like that person going like, oh, I'm gonna cry after the fact. I know some people, like, this has nothing to do with a person that was like that, because some people freeze up and they can't act, but I would act. Like, fuck that, man. What is wrong with people? They seriously need slaps and reality checks. And a lot of shame. They need to be publicly shamed. Like, put on a fucking list of this person gropes others and literally have their life ruined over this. I'm sorry, but that's not okay, man. You can't go to a convention and ruin someone's life and make them afraid of other people because you can't help yourself. Fucking sit back home.
There needs to be more studies on how this stuff affects women's brains, because clearly some are unable to tell the difference between fantasy and reality. Ivy Lipton, a doctoral candidate in human sexuality, actually wrote about this for EV Magazine. I don't know what a doctoral candidate in human sexuality is, but she's hot, so I trust her. Your brain on orgasms isn't neutral. Dopamine release during climax is a powerful conditioning agent. What you repeatedly fantasize about becomes necessary for arousal. If your erotic imagination centers around abuse, monstrous violence, and submission to non-human entities, your brain is reprogramming itself to crave just that. It's not empowerment, it's neuroplasticity at its darkest. Scientists, psychologists, and the general public often state that men are visual and women are emotional. When it comes to sex, men can be turned on instantly by a sexual image to spite their mood, and women need to be turned on emotionally to get in the mood. So it stands to reason that porn for men is visual and porn for women is in the mind. I'm not equating porn to smut novels, because one is a video of two people actually having real sex and the other is, well, just words on paper. I'm, however, talking about the effect on the consumer. We know watching porn is bad for the brain. That's been proven and only rejected by Gooners who don't want to give it up. But is reading smut bad? You might say, duh, that's the whole point. Okay, fair enough. So let me rephrase, is reading smut harmful? Should we shame people for things that are wrong, immoral, or harmful? In my line of work, I've been told many times that shame has no place in sex. But if I use my brain for 2 seconds, it's clear that line of thinking is nonsense. Incest should be shamed, bestiality should be shamed, pedophilia should be shamed. I'm not equating monster smut with these things, but there are 50 shades of gray, so to speak, along the spectrum of harmful. Conditioning your brain and body to associate pleasure with monsters, slavery, or sexual violence is not healthy. Basically, they're cooked. Like, women are cooked. They are frying their brains with this stuff. It's a pipeline, right? It's like the infamous evil alt-right pipeline. You know, you start watching Shoe on Head, owning the feminists in 2015, and then in 2025, you're hailing Hitler, right? You know, the alt-right pipeline. And this one's like, you're reading Morning Glory Milking Farm, and the next thing you know, you miss his hands, right? Just say no. Just say no to monster porn. But why is monster smut so popular with women in particular? Like, you rarely see the opposite, and when you do, it's just like a girl with cat ears and fangs, or like a 10-foot-tall dommy-mommy vampire with giant titties. Meanwhile, women are like, I want to f the pollution monster from Fern Gully. So people on Reddit asked this very question. Let's see the responses. Why do you guys like monster romances? Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
Reasons. 1. Human men are quite often terrible.
Now,
Romance books with human men are already partly fantasy, but monsters just takes the fantasy bit further. 2. It's sort of human nature to imagine relationships with paranormal beings and creatures. We've been doing it in literature and art for centuries. It's just gotten a lot more graphic now, lol. 3. Unique body forms / parts and so many different kinds of dicks.
Seriously? Jesus Christ, man.
Scary, mean, terrifying creature is sweet to her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle, etc.
So what they're saying is men need to go back to being scary and mean. Got it. Like, oh my god, man. It's like all those questions about why you would take the bad boy over the good guy, right? They're starting to make sense now.
Maximal escapism, minimal association to real-life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women.
Of course, the patriarchy. Let's not forget the patriarchy. It's always the patriarchy that we need to blame. Yeah.
Etc., etc. Because the monsters are less dangerous than dating actual men. As a
really? I know she would have picked the bear chat.
Fat woman of color. Modern contemporary...
It always fascinates me how America is so open. As a fat woman of color. Okay, first of all, no one cares how fat you are. Second of all, no one cares that you're of color. Like, why the need to identify as and put a label on yourself so hard?
And even fantasy romances are hard to click to because they are almost always about thin white women and just too realistic. And romance in real life is not always attainable for fat women / women of color. In monster alien romance, though, my size doesn't matter, and it's easier to get into that headspace and enjoy it. I'm sick of the men on Earth and looking for some variety. Non-humans haven't betrayed and hurt me, so they feel like a safe haven, if that makes sense. Plus the unusual dick. Monsters have big, fun-shaped cocks. I love some bizarre peen.
I'm learning that a lot of women apparently really fantasize about odd shapes. Interesting. Can't relate.
Unique genitalia. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. A lot of women's smut, especially monster smut, is about submission, domination, forced breeding,
Like, to clarify, I literally can't relate. I have aphantasia. I can't imagine shit. So I'm like, yeah, literally does nothing. You can describe to me the weirdest shaped penis that looks like a hook, and I'll be like, okay. Does nothing. It's just black in my mind. Like, I see nothing. Oh.
Unconsensual consent. The women are like conquered and taken and overpowered by these monsters. And I think many of these women are reading these books containing monsters and not men because masculinity and dominance in men has been completely demonized in modern society. But the truth is,
it's funny that they demonize that and yet they are into demons. Isn't it ironic, Cha? At least I find it very ironic.
Many women still crave it. You see, the monsters in these stories have those like dominant masculine traits that women like so much, but they're not human men. They have all these traits women desire without the problematic baggage human men bring, without being the men they hate or have been told to hate. It is the perfect guilt-free slop. But they don't just want a wild dominant man. They want to tame a wild dominant man. Similar to when a man sees an art hoe with a nose ring, you can save her from her daddy issues. You can do it. It definitely won't backfire and ruin your life. Go for it. Go talk to her. With many women, there's this desire for like danger and aggression, but also the desire to tame that danger and aggression. The desire to be that special woman who can melt his heart. You see, my dragon boyfriend could rip me to shreds and kill me instantly, but he won't because he's nice and he loves me. But honestly, at the end of the day, just like the video I made about the anime girl in a wheelchair where men were saying, this is the average male fantasy, and a bunch of women were like, you want to rape a disabled girl? When in reality, it was just a distilled manifestation of the average male fantasy, which is to protect and provide for a sweet woman and save her. This is like basically the flip of that, right? Yep. This is just the distilled manifestation of the female fantasy. Men are seeing this and they're saying, what do you mean you want to milk a minotaur? When in reality, it's just to have a big, strong protector and provider swoop you up and save you. And like I said in that video, they're basically both the same fantasy. This is a tale as old as time, the princess being saved from the dragon by a knight in shining armor, whether the dragon be a wheelchair or student loans, you know? But in this case, the woman is being f***ed by the dragon and the knight sits in the corner and watches or something, I don't know. Maybe it's not that deep. There are some hungers better starved than fed. And maybe as women, for the sake of society, we have to starve our hunger for minotaur p***ness.
That's a sentence and a half, true. Yep, that is a sentence and a half. I mean, I get it, right? Like, you want someone that would kill for you and gives you a sense of like power and safety, right? It's just weird to me that a lot of these women look at men with such disgust and blame patriarchy, and yet they literally just want that. Like, they literally just want a man that can take care of them, but they reject it, so they just have fantasy. It's like, why? Like, open your eyes? Open your eyes and perhaps realize that men aren't bad or evil?
Yeah, that's the moral of this video.
Smut!
So what do you guys think? What is your theory? Why is the
not
monster
the cat
romance genre
onesie!
so popular with women in particular? And who is your weirdest hear me out? Be honest. I don't want to hear no Lola Bunny, okay? You all know mine already. It's not that he's a fish, okay? He has an energy, okay? He has a vibe. Oh, never mind. And I will see you guys again really soon with a new video. Bye!
I have questions now. I don't think I want answers to those questions. Yeah, I'm good.
Is a progressive, by the way. He's a feminist. I love how the f***ing Bowl Man is a progressive, by the way. He's a feminist. He voted for Hillary. He would have voted for Obama 3 times if he could.
Okay, I mean, I could tell from that one passage she read that, yep. I legit have no words about this. I'm glad I went to Japan and I disconnected and I didn't have to see this for 2 months. And I am grateful for Shu bringing it. to my attention, and I hope I can bleach it the fuck out of my mind. Because, holy shit, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? That's all I have to say on this. Thank you, YouTube, for hanging out with us. Thank you for being here. And if you made it to the end, which I don't know why the heck you would make it until the very, very end, but if you did make it, comment cookie. Just so I know. So I know that you're sadistic. Masochistic. I don't... Which was the correct one? I'm always confused the two. Bye, YouTube. Oh, God. Minotaur Smut. No, I have no words.